A state of total physical, mental, and social well being is referred to as health. Individuals who are in good health perform better at work. Genetic abnormalities that are passed on from parents to offspring have an impact on health. Infections, lifestyle including food and water we take, rest and exercise we give to our bodies, habits that we have or lack, etc. Disease can be broadly grouped into infectious and non-infectious disease, which are easily transmitted from one person to another, are called infectious disease. Among non-infectious diseases, cancer is the major cause of death. Drug and alcohol abuse also affect our health adversely. An aberrant alteration or disruption in the structure of operation of an organ or organ system is the cause of a disease or condition. A person who defines themselves as having an illness based on physical or mental symptoms is in a more subjective state. Disease today might be either acute or chronic.
My name is Hemalatha Anaprapan Manimaran. My metric number is 03DPB 20F1032. Today I am going to explain about the dengue fever. Estimate of 390 million illnesses per year have raised concerns about the prevalence of dengue transmission. Increased epidemiology is a result of urban sprawl, ecological damage, and surplus sanitation. It frequently took on a more severe form, making it possible for antibody department enhancement ADC, ADE to make the condition worse by allowing pre-existing antibody to interact with the viruses that cause infection. The issue in Malaysia is made worse by poor clinical treatment and unfinished vector control activities. This presentation slide is represented the dengue fever cases in Malaysia. Aedes mosquitoes control regimes under such circumstances. The only available option to curb the disease relief on vector control programs. Regimes in practice, such as in-surgical treatment and fogging, have failed to produce expected disease control owing to high cost and limited effectiveness. Understanding the seasonal cycle of disease transmission provides a fundamental basis to guarantee a success of vector control. For instance, fogging can be scheduled at a peak biting time, especially in the advent of rainy season. Nevertheless, it should be noted that extensive application might adversely prompt the emergence of insecticide resistant mosquitoes. The effectiveness of permethrin, a broad spectrum pathod insecticide which is widely employed for vector control program in Malaysia, was questionable when a collection of field strain from Kuala Lumpur had shown to exhibit up to 5.57 folds of resistance. Such preventive practices were also hampered by public's underestimation of the susceptibility to dengue infection and the lack of concerted community efforts. Their intensive behavior in maintaining good sanitation, example, reduce Aedes breeding grounds and reliance on health authority, the community challenges that needs serious attention. This possibly can be overcome upon adapting the communication for behavioral impact COMBI approach by World Health Organization. A new vector suppression technology, example, release of insects with dominant lethality, was adopted by the Malaysia government in December 2010. It involved releasing genetically modified GM mosquitoes in the uninhabited forest of Pahang. The sterile male A. aegypti OX513A was manipulated to harbor dominant lethal transgene insertion and compete with wild type male for mating. High expression of the lethal factor in a positive feedback loop would then limit the survival of transgenics by 95 to 97% at late larval or early pupal stage. The ultimate aim is to reduce the target population involved in disease transmission. This slide, I am going to explain about the average number of dengue fever and cases report to WHO, World Health Organization. In left at x-axis, number of cases. The right x-axis, number of countries. The y of axis, the year of the COVID cases reported. In 1955 to 1959, the reported case is calculated 908. Then 1960 to 1969, it's apparently slowly increased 15,497. According to this graph, the dengue fever cases increased by highly. In 1970 to 1979, the reported cases 122,000 and 174 cases reported by World Health Organization. In 1970 to 1989, in between the number of cases was increasing highly because in 1970 to 1979 reported cases is 122,000 and 174 to 295,554 reported. And the next 1990 to 1999. So in 1980 to 2007, in the year, it's constantly increased the number of cases and it's reported to World Health Organization. Almost above 60 countries affected by dengue fever infection. Even the climate and population growth are important factors for predicting the current risk of dengue around the world. With population explosion, globalization, and constant urbanization, dramatic shift in the distribution of the disease are anticipated. So the virus may be introduced to areas that previously were not at risk, and those that are currently affected may experience enormous increase in the number of cases. Endemic transmission in Africa and the Americas, recent outbreaks in Portugal, and the ever increasing incident in Asia are proof of the challenges that plague an effective dengue control and the issues surrounding vector control. However, recent vaccine development appear to be more effective at delivering a more feasible vaccine strategies for tackling dengue need to be rethought in order to maximize the value and cost effectiveness of health management system by indicating where resources can be targeted to achieve.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad FAIZAL bin ZANUDIN. My number matric is 03DPB20F1044. Okay, today I'm gonna tell about diabetes. So, what is the first of all? So, what is diabetes? Diabetes is a chronic, long-lasting health condition that affects how your body turns food into energy. Your body breaks down most of the food you eat into sugar or glucose and release it into your bloodstream. When your blood sugar goes up, it signals your pancreas to release insulin. Insulin acts like a key to let the blood sugar into your body cell for use as energy. With diabetes, your body doesn't make enough insulin or can't use it as well as it should. When there isn't enough insulin, our cells stop responding to insulin. Too much blood sugar stay in your bloodstream over time that can cause serious health problems such as heart disease, vision loss, and kidney disease. Okay, now from the second video, we can see a bar graph chart that show the percentage increase in diabetes case among Malaysians. From the 2006, we can see that the percentage from the years is 3 million until the year 2009, and from the year 2006 to 2013 the increase in percentage start to increase slowly, where the amount is 3,500,000. After that, in 2014 to 2016, the percentage reading continues to increase to 4 million Malaysians who suffer from diabetes. For last information from the graph, we can see that the graph shows us highly increase in 2017 until 2020, and the percentage is around 5 million to 5,500,000. That's all from me, and thank you.
Assalamualaikum. My name is ESHAHAZMIL by HAZIZY. My number matric is cos 03 DPB 20F 1019. Today I want to discuss about cancer, breast cancer. Breast cancer factor been examined extensive in Western setting and more development Asia countries or culture. However, there are limited data on developing Asia countries. The postpone this study was to examine breast cancer risk factor and the chain of selected risk factor across birth cohort in Malaysian women. From the second graph, we can see that the most common cancer faced by women in Malaysia is breast cancer at 13.1%, and the lowest cancer is stomach cancer is 2.6%. From the graph, we can see the number of women who survive breast cancer in Malaysia is 66.8. This may be due to medical factors that are still less than Japan. Percentage of women are safe in is 88.9, and below that is USA, which is 88.8.
My name is SAMYUGTHA SUDHESH. My metric number is 03DPB20F1042. I'm from class 5B, DPB 5B. Today I'm going to explain about the statistic of COVID-19 in Malaysia and also other countries. Corona disease COVID-19 is an infection disease caused by the SARS-CoV-2 virus. Most people who fall sick with COVID-19 will experience mild to moderate symptoms and recover without special treatment. However, some will become seriously ill and require medical attention. The virus can spread from an infected person's mouth, nose, in small liquid particles when they cough, sneeze, speak, sing, or breathe. These particles range from larger respiratory droplets to smaller aerosols. You can be infected by breathing in the virus if you near someone who has COVID-19 or by touching a contaminated surface and then your eyes, nose, or mouth. The virus spreads more easily indoor and in the crowded settings. You can see from the data that in the 1st of January 2021, there were more cases of COVID-19. From the 1st of July 2022, there were 40,000 cases. The cases fell in January 2022, of the following year, the next year 2022. Malaysia's economy is on an upwards track to recovery from the pandemic following a successful vaccination effort and the full lifting of the movement restriction. 84.1% of Malaysia's total population has been vaccinated with at least 2 doses, and 49.6% completed one booster shot. Vaccine brands include Casino, AstraZeneca, Oxford, Sinovac, and FAIZAL Biotech is the main COVID-19 booster option, regardless of the first two doses vaccine type, unless contraindicated. AstraZeneca Oxford is recommended as an alternative booster to Pfizer mRNA and AstraZeneca Oxford 2 doses vaccine recipient. From this data, the cumulative number of deaths attributable to the illness is divided by cumulative number of people infected to produce the infection fatality ratio (IFR), including the asymptomatic and undiagnosed infection and excluding vaccinated infected individuals. The measurement is in the percentage point, not as a decimal. This statistic is known as the infection fatality risk in other investigations, estimated of population-weighted IFRs for several nations, excluding deaths in aged care institutions, were presented in a review paper in the Nature in November 2022. The author found a median range of 0.24% to 1.49%. Age-dependent IFRs increased from 0.002% at age 10 to 0.01% at age 25 to 0.4% at age 55, 1.4% at age 65, 4.68% at age 75, and 15% at age. Over the age grouping, these rates range by the factor of 10,000. The IFR for middle-aged adults is substantially higher than the risk of dying from seasonal influenza and is 2 orders of magnitude higher than the annualized risk of a fatal car collision. Population-weighted IFR was estimated to be between 0.5% and 1% in some nations. France, the Netherlands, New Zealand, and Portugal, between 1 and 2% in other, Australia, England, Lithuania, and Spain, and between 2.5 and 3.0 in Italy in the December 2022, according to a systematic review and meta-analysis. According to the study, the majority of the discrepancies were caused by variation in the age distribution of the population and the age-specific infection pattern.